it was post-pandemic. So, as with most companies, this company pulled back too, pulled back resources, pulled back on people, kinda hit that trough plan to go, "All right, we gotta sustain and get through this, and we don't know how long it's gonna be." And what happened was there was a boom, right? And there was a lot of business pressure to say, "Hey, we actually need you and we need you to grow." And so it just went into a rapid growth time, and they created a CHRO role for me to come in and kind of head up that transformation. And you're right, it's important to respect the traditions and the culture in place, especially for a company that has that kind of tenure, right? And so the transformation started behind the scenes with HR operations, right? Trying to get job architecture in place and writing SOPs and updating employment handbooks and doing the thing, creating landing pages to make it easier for self-service and to find information, um, all of those things, and then introducing a recognition platform so that you can start the drip method into the culture. Like, this is what we celebrate. We celebrate employees who are living the values and cheering each other on. And so the points and the gifts and the prizes, and they get to shout out each other's accomplishments, which drove a lot of the positive employee culture. I brought in HR generalists for the first time in the company after 100 years, to handle employee relations, which is par for the course, right? I mean, the company was about 1,100 employees when I got there, and just 3 years later, when I left to start my own company, they were well over 2,400. And so, doubled in revenue, more than doubled in headcount. So we had to grow a learning component. We had to build a powerhouse of talent acquisition, right? I mean, to hire that many people, but then also work on retention at the same time. You can't just forget retention and culture while you're hiring, because then it becomes a revolving door, right? Just all the things. So I built out the strategy and really focused on leader development because that's what drives employee experience. Really, it's your boss. You hear the saying all the time, people don't leave companies, they leave bosses, right? And so if we're promoting supervisors and managers too early and not investing in their growth, well, it's writing on the wall for what the story is gonna be for retention, right? And so really focusing on that, building out a university and a leadership program, with multiple levels. So it's not just a one and done, including psychometrics and helping people understand how to know themselves, how to relate to other people, how to relate to their team, how to stay back and go, let me be an inquiry before I start shooting out my directives and orders for what people need to do. And that was a lot of the work, and that was also a lot of the cause of employee relations issues. So to really dial in on leader development first is, I think, the most important crux of any strategy when you're talking about transformation.